All right, here we go. Today we are going to continue with our tissues. We learned all about that yesterday and how people were upset that the Civil War was starting. So 3.31 introduces us to the choice board. This is going to take us about a week and a half to do because we're going to go through each of the different items inside our tissues, which you guys learned about yesterday. So you'll be able to choose what you want to do based upon the choice board. So I'm going to click on 3.31 tariffs and choice boards, and it says, today we begin with tariffs. You're going to start by reading the informational text tariff reading. You're provided with a PDF and a Google Slide version because I know some people are having a hard time opening up the PDFs. After you read, you will then open the tissues choice board link. You have to use it on Google Slides because once you open it on Google Slides, you're going to then be able to choose and it'll take you to other slides to make copies for other slides. So it says you'll be forced to make a copy. You may get the option to open Google Slides on the screen. If you're not given that option, go to your Google Drive. It's right in there. It should be under your recent stuff. You'll get the copy of the Tissues Choice Board. That should be in your Google Drive. You'll open the slide, press present. You got to do it in the presenter's format so that you can click on the numbers to choose. In presenter mode, you can choose the item to complete on the choice board. Choose one of the items to complete on the choice board. Click the number and it will take you to the outline for the assignment to complete. Submit the assignment back to Schoology. You can only do each number once. That's it. So here we go. I'm going to start with actually the choice board just to show you how to do it, and then I'll go back and do the reading for anybody that needs it read to them. So I'm going to click on the link, and I know you guys are doing it on the iPad, but this should still come up. It should ask you to make a copy right there, so I'm going to click make a copy. And it's going, and it's working. Come on, come on. Now, if yours doesn't pop up right away, go to your Google Drive. Make sure that you are logged in and it should be there. All right, so when I look here, I see these numbers. I'm going to have to make sure that I press present so that I can read it and I can click those numbers of what I want. So the directions tell us for each of the tissues causes of the Civil War, you will choose one box to complete. Click on the number of the box to link you to a Google slide. This will have an outline of the item to complete. You may only do each one once. You need to submit your completed product daily. And so we have lots of different choices on here. Number 6, create a 6-box comic strip about the cause. You must have a dialogue, comic title, and pictures. 11, create 3 headlines about the cause. We just did headlines. You know how to do that. One has to be positive, negative, and just the facts. All right, so let's see if I click on one just to show you how it clicks. I'm going to click on number 10, create a postcard so it shows a snapshot of the cause in the South. Include 2 sentences to a loved one about how this will impact your life in the South. So I'm going to click on number 10. I click on the number. You guys can do that on your iPad. It's going to force me to make a copy. I'm going to click make a copy. If that copy doesn't come up right away, then I'm going to go into my Google Drive and it should be there for me. All right, so the first slide I'm going to see on all of them is the choice board again. Notice on this choice board, even if I press present, none of the numbers are linked, okay? So it's just telling me. So I said I was doing 10, so I'm going to go back here and read right there what it tells me to do. Here is my outline. Now I have to do this in edit mode, so I'm going to get out of presenter's mode. Okay, it says cause up there. But Ms. Howson, you didn't give us text boxes to click on. Okay, y'all know how to add a text box. Click on the text box feature, or you can hold it down on your iPad and a text box will come up. I click right there, and let's say I'm going to do tariffs. Now, don't be lazy. Please go in and format it so that it goes right. Oop, I clicked up back on the wrong thing. So it goes right up there. I can change my size. I could change the font if I want. There we go, right there. Postcard, I could add some pictures in that I find on Google. I could draw them in if I want. And then on the back, my sentences. How many sentences did it say? I can't remember. Let me look again. Let me look. 2 sentences about how it changes my life in the South. So I can do that right there. You guys have that right there for you. So it's super easy to do, okay? All right, so not a big deal, not a problem. You go through the choice board and you do all of those. So I'm going to go back now to where I was. I have the reading in PDF form, and I have it linked onto Google just in case you can't open it. I'm going to open the Google link, which forces me to make a copy. I'm going to click make a copy. And it takes a little bit sometimes. It's thinking. Does it want to help me out? It does help me out. All right, so here is my copy right here. I'm going to press present just so I can read it. And if you want to hang out and have me read it to you, here we go. So it says causes of the Civil War tissues. And right now we're talking about tariffs. Money, money, money. Background information. The Civil War did not just happen. It wasn't the result of one thing. To remember the causes of the Civil War, use the acronym TISSUES. We have tariff, industry versus agriculture, slavery, sectionalism, Uncle Tom's Cabin, the election of 1860, and states' rights. So here we go. Let's start. What is a tariff? A tariff is a tax on imported goods. When a foreign good is brought into the country, a tax will be placed on it to raise the price, also called a duty. This is to help protect the industries in the country. By raising the prices of foreign-made products, people will be more likely to buy the American-made goods. This improves the economy of the factory industries in America. But it can also hurt the areas that need the imports. The tariff of abominations, which we talked about with Andrew Jackson. Here we go. The Tariff of 1828, also called the Tariff of Abominations in the South, was passed to help protect the northern industry by taxing goods from Europe. It created a 38% tax on some imported goods and 45% on some imported raw materials. Southern states were very angry over the federal tariff. They did not want to pay a higher tax for goods coming from Europe, and they believed that Britain would stop buying raw materials, like cotton, from the southern farmers. South Carolina, with the help of Vice President John C. Calhoun, remember he had all the crazy hair, attempted to nullify, which means take away, the tariff, but was met with federal resistance. Calhoun argued that since the federal government received its authority from the states, states were allowed to nullify federal laws that they found unconstitutional. This resulted in the nullification crisis. President Andrew Jackson was vehemently opposed to nullification because he believed that it was one step closer to states being able to break away. He sought a compromise and in 1832 signed a bill that lowered the tariff rates. A civil war had been avoided for the moment. A prelude to the Civil War. Even though a compromise had been reached, many Southerners still held on to the belief that the states had the right to nullify federal laws and secede from the Union. The United States was a country formed on the voice of the people and the rights of the people to rebel. If the people of the state felt as though their voices were not being heard, the people could leave the Union. The Tariff of Abomination had put into motion an idea that this would be put into the spotlight almost 30 years later with the Civil War. Can a state secede? And so there's our tariff. So you're going to take this, you're going to go back into your choice board. You're going to choose something that you want to complete. You have lots of different options, 16 different options. And you'll be able to choose one to complete. You'll copy it and you will submit it today. Love you guys bunches. Hope you're having a good day. And I can't wait to see you guys again.